Welcome back, Star Wars fans. The galaxy is at war. Clone troopers fight shoulder to shoulder with the Jedi Knights, serving the Republic against the Separatists. Yet in the shadows, Darth Sidious prepares his masterstroke. His grand design doesn't just end with the Clone Wars, it ends with the extermination of the Jedi through a single phrase: Execute Order 66. But what if that plan never came to pass? What if the very beings who created the Grand Army of the Republic, the Kaminoans, turned their backs on Sidious? What if they betrayed the Sith Lord before his order could wipe out the Jedi? Tonight, we're exploring one of the most dramatic alternate timelines imaginable. The Kaminoans are brilliant cloners, obsessed with precision and secrecy. For years, they work under contract to produce millions of soldiers for the Republic. To them, it's a business transaction, nothing more. But in this alternate timeline, something changes. Perhaps one Kaminoan geneticist grows suspicious. Perhaps records on the inhibitor chips are exposed. Or maybe whispers from clones like Fives reach the right ears, and the Kaminoans realize the truth. Their clones were not simply soldiers. They were built with hidden orders to betray their Jedi commanders and wipe them out. Worse, the Kaminoans begin to see the bigger picture. Once the Jedi are gone, why would Sidious keep Kamino alive? Their usefulness would end, and in typical Sith fashion, Sidious would erase them to cover his tracks. For a species obsessed with survival, this revelation is enough. The Kaminoans quietly decide to betray Darth Sidious before he can discard them. Imagine it, a secure transmission reaching Coruscant, intercepted by Shark T, the Jedi Master overseeing clone training on Kamino. Within it are schematics of the inhibitor chips, the hidden protocols, and proof of Sidious's involvement. The Jedi Council gathers. Yoda leans heavily on his cane, his eyes dark with concern. Mace Windu paces, anger barely contained. Obi-Wan insists they must tread carefully. The evidence is undeniable. Their trusted clone commanders carry within them the seeds of betrayal. Palpatine's hand in the creation of the army is clear. The Jedi face a choice: confront the Chancellor openly or prepare in silence. They choose preparation. Under Kaminoan guidance, the Jedi begin removing inhibitor chips from select clones. Rex, Cody, Wolf, one by one, soldiers wake free of the shadow controlling them. At first, the freed clones are confused, even shaken. To learn that their loyalty was engineered, that their will was chained, is devastating. But their bonds with the Jedi are strong, and once the truth sinks in, many embrace their freedom. Kamino itself begins to produce altered batches, clones without inhibitor chips. These new soldiers are loyal only to themselves and their commanders, not to Sidious. The Sith's perfect weapon is already starting to fracture. When the fateful moment arrives, Sidious issues the command: Execute Order 66. Across the galaxy, clone commanders stiffen as the signal spreads, but instead of uniform obedience, chaos follows. Some soldiers obey, firing on their Jedi without hesitation, but others resist. Still more collapse in confusion as their minds fight against the programming. On Felucia, Isla Secura is ambushed, but half her battalion shields her from the other half. On Cato Nemoidia, Plo Koon senses betrayal in time and blasts free, saved by loyal clones who turn their guns on brothers. Yoda on Kashyyyk cuts down the first traitors before finding entire squads who refuse the order entirely. The galaxy doesn't see a silent massacre. It sees a war erupting within the army itself. News spreads fast. The Kaminoans publicly reveal the existence of the chips. Holo transmissions expose Sidious's plan to the galaxy. Suddenly, the Jedi are no longer the hunted, they're martyrs vindicated. Systems across the Republic begin questioning the Chancellor's legitimacy. Senators like Bail Organa and Mon Mothma rally to the Jedi's side, and on Kamino, waves of clones march through Tapoka City, demanding their chips removed. "For Kamino" becomes the rallying cry of freed soldiers, no longer bound to Sidious's control. The Clone Wars have evolved into something new, a civil war inside the Grand Army itself. Darth Sidious, realizing his scheme is unraveling, erupts in fury. The Jedi were supposed to die in silence. Instead, they stand defiant, supported by legions of clones. His response is immediate. The traitors on Kamino must be destroyed. He dispatches his apprentice, Darth Vader, to lead the charge. The skies above Kamino darken as fleets descend. Rain lashes the platforms as loyalist clones and Vader's forces storm Tapoka City. The Battle of Kamino begins, one of the bloodiest conflicts in galactic history. Imagine the chaos. Freed clones line the walkways, firing into the storm as transports deploy wave after wave of loyalist troops. Kaminoan scientists rush to protect cloning vats, splicing data to secure their future. Jedi ignite their lightsabers, standing shoulder to shoulder with soldiers who once might have killed them. And then comes Vader. He carves his way through flooded corridors, cutting down clone defectors and Jedi alike. His presence is a storm within the storm, unstoppable and merciless. But unlike canon, he isn't facing scattered Jedi on the run, he's facing organized resistance, backed by thousands of soldiers who know his every move because they were trained beside him. For the first time, Darth Vader is forced into a war not of domination, but survival. With Kamino's betrayal, the Jedi are no longer relics doomed to extinction. They are leaders of a rebellion, fighting openly against the Sith. Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Windu command armies. Ashoka Tano, returning to stand beside Rex, becomes a symbol of hope for both Jedi and clones alike. The Jedi Code begins to shift. They are not generals reluctantly dragged into war anymore. They are warriors fighting for survival, side by side with the very clones who were meant to kill them. The Jedi Order is forever changed. At the heart of it all stands Anakin Skywalker. In canon, fear of losing Padme and Sidious's manipulations drag him into darkness, but here he sees an army of freed clones who revere him, Jedi standing firm, and Kaminoans who beg for his leadership. Does he remain Sidious's apprentice, burning Kamino to ash? Or does he turn against the Sith, fulfilling his role as the Chosen One much earlier? If he chooses the Jedi, Sidious's empire collapses before it begins. If he chooses the dark side, Kamino is drowned in fire, its towers seeking beneath the waves as Vader crushes the rebellion. The fate of the galaxy hangs, as always, on Anakin's choice. The Kaminoans' betrayal sparks a full-scale revolution. Jedi and clones overthrow Sidious, and Anakin resists the darkness. The Sith are destroyed, the Republic rebuilt, and the Jedi evolve into wiser guardians who understand the cost of survival. Vader annihilates Kamino. Freed clones and Jedi are butchered in the storm. The Kaminoans are wiped out, their cities collapsing into the ocean. Sidious, scarred but victorious, abandons clone production and begins building a new army of stormtroopers bred for absolute loyalty. His empire rises bloodier, crueler, and forged in fire. Either way, Sidious's perfect plan is shattered. The Kaminoans' betrayal ensures his rise is not clean, not quiet, but drenched in blood and chaos. The Kaminoans were always shadows in the background, cold scientists hidden in storms, but if they had turned on Sidious, they could have rewritten galactic history. The Jedi would not be wiped out in silence, the clones would not be remembered as slaves, and the galaxy would see the Sith revealed in the middle of open war. The only question is, would the betrayal save the galaxy or plunge it into an even deeper darkness? If you enjoyed this what-if scenario, smash that like button, subscribe for more alternate Star Wars timelines, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into the galaxy far, far away. Tell us in the comments, if the Kaminoans betrayed Sidious, would the Jedi and the clones rise victorious, or would Vader's fury drown Kamino in fire and storm? Until next time, may the Force be with you.